tonight.
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
Are we starting?
We're rolling.
All right.
Check.
We finally got here to Vegas. I'm here with Chad, Shank, Jobi, Chaille.
I'm ready to go home.
Just got in the room. We could have driven here
in less time.
About the same time.
Maybe. Yeah.
But we wouldn't have the stories that we have. We landed. We just raced into our room at the Luxor. And,
that's a quick check-in, gotta say, for getting here at night.
For as long as the line was.
Yeah.
It took you exactly as long as it took me to smoke a joint outside.
And now
it's not long
unpacked
because
all
I was
our
sucking
booze.
on it.
Yeah, unpacked the booze and got ice in record time. And while Chaille was setting all this up,
set up before the drink got
It's like
here.
a professional operation around here.
We'll ruin that.
We have to do just a few beats.
Yeah.
For what you missed from the last podcast. The aftermath of Kenny trying to eat all that fucking dumb Burger King.
Pain hurts.
Pain hurts. Kenny goes into, don't worry, we have a full, just one day of travel. We have a full podcast before Vegas has even started. We just got here. We just got in the room and we go, let's get this fucking one day of travel podcast out of the way. But just to back up to the aftermath of Kenny, Jobi was there for it, where the next day Kenny came in and he was whining.
Hold on. He sat down. He wanted to eat an entire family meal from Burger King, and he said he could do it in under an hour.
He said it repeatedly for months.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that? I could do it. Like, yeah, you could. Maybe you could. Maybe. Why would you try? I was against it for a while because that could be.
It seemed too gratuitous. It was like, oh, why is he plugging for this?
Well, he always does.
I know.
he always says, I can do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, he wants the spotlight.
Eat dog do is what Doug said.
I think he wants to gamble is what he wants to do.
But no, he forgets to gamble, and then he does something stupid, and then he's,
He paid for it. He paid for his own Burger King.
Really?
It all started with a coupon. With a family meal. Every week you get a coupon
the
for
circular
Burger
that
King.
comes in the... Yeah. They're dumping their burgers.
I could eat that. I could eat the whole thing. And he ended up buying it without the coupon. So he spent twice the money.
$24. And he could have got the whole thing for under $12 if he just grabbed the piece of paper that was sitting on the bar.
This is why we love him.
All right. Well, so the after that podcast ended, he looked really bad, and we had that random kid Butternut that was there, and he was also an EMT. He says, and we believed him. I still believe him. And he says, well, he should have a probiotic. Backdoor Mike says, well, my dog is on probiotics, and he goes, it's the same thing. So he gave him probiotics for a dog and then asked to take pictures. So one of the pictures of the many we took was Butternut holding up probiotics in front of a very rancid-looking Kenny. Well, the next day, Kenny shows up, said he threw up all night, and he said it was because of the probiotic, not the 90% of 3 Whoppers, 3 cheeseburgers, and 3 large fries, and
2 sodas, the buffalo wing
Did he do
and the bacon
no,
and
it was
chocolate.
the next night he did, too. That night he only just did the buffalo wing soda.
Did he drink all of it?
He drank all the soda. He got really close to eating all the food. And then when he looked like he was dying, he gave him... The next day, Kenny comes in, angry.
Everyone's drinking mimosas. It's the day after thing where everyone's kind of a little
laid back.
logy.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
Sunday
morning. Yeah.
Waiting for football or something. Some morning.
Yeah.
Jonathan was there, too. Yeah. Yeah.
And Kenny's, no, is that probiotic? They fucked with me, taking pictures of me with animal, and we're like, it's No, he was an EMT. No,
I didn't give anyone permission to take my photo. And
you guys made me look ridiculous, and then we're just dying laughing.
He did not say that.
Yes,
he said, you guys made me look ridiculous
by taking a picture of him with animal probiotics. I'm like, no, that guy was trying to help you, and then we just kept laughing, and he got steamed. And finally stormed out. Go ahead, laugh it up, and raced out.
Threw a drink down and stormed out.
He was sure that not fucking 3 Whoppers and a half a cheeseburger made him puke.
No,
and 2 fries.
2.5 rodeo burgers and 2.5 Whoppers
and 2 fries.
3. He definitely ate 2 total fries, definitely.
Yeah,
he was so close that he could have just stuffed everything in his mouth and made a victorious end to the whole thing.
Swearing it was the one pill of animal probiotic, and
that's
Mitchell,
actually a human probiotic.
It's the same thing.
Turns out they both don't do anything.
You're gonna
animal or human, they're both ineffective.
You're gonna have to excuse his behavior. He clearly had Burger King poisoning. That was not his normal behavior.
Someone said that. It's the Burger King talking.
Yeah. It was
Burger King encephalitis.
Yeah, he's had some sort of slight mad cow disease. Yelling.
Yeah, that was Jobi that said
he had mad king disease.
Yeah.
And then after Kerry Mitchell looked it up online and read aloud to Kenny that animal probiotics and people probiotics are the same thing. One does not harm the other, blah, 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 and read it aloud from the medical website. He's like, it's not the point. It's the point you took pictures of me with it. Like, you're trying to make fun of me. I go, really? You were going to eat a family pack of Whoppers that we never suggested it. You kept saying you wanted to do it.
We kept forgetting about it, and you reminded us.
But it was the one probiotic for a dog that made you sick.
A placebo pill. Let me get this straight. A sugar pill which made you sick.
That's what Brett Erickson said.
It's like St. John's.
Yeah, he said, yeah, both of them do nothing for either species. That's like, eat all the St. John's wort you like. It's not going to do anything to either of them.
It won't kill me? No, it won't do anything. You just ate a bunch of flour.
If you think it'll do something, it might.
Meanwhile, that same weekend,
Chad,
there was a. I know we have international listeners, so you probably all know the story about Globe, Arizona had yet another shooting. Wasn't as big as the other ones. Some guy got pissed off after a bar conversation and went out and shot a few people outside of a bar.
Yeah, killed 3 people.
Globe is up near Phoenix, right? It's up towards Phoenix.
It's in the triangle between Bisbee and Phoenix.
Anyway, not far from the ranch I grew up on. It's right next door.
It's just a little town. It's the same size as Bisbee. It's like 5,000-6,000 people. I think.
A guy shot a bar fight that turned into a gunfight, and he shot 3 people that died.
It's very sad. It was a horrible thing.
Well, it's never good.
One of them was the bartender. Everybody knew her.
Wow.
She wasn't working that night. She was off duty, but she was just hanging out.
When it came on the news, I bet Chad Shank knows someone involved.
I went to high school with that bartender chick. But I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, they
never shit where you eat.
Just a regular. I don't know how to differentiate between murders and mass murders and giant shootings, but they adopted I think it started with the marathon Boston Strong.
Yeah, and then they did Vegas Strong after there was a shooting in Vegas. So immediately the whole town started
of 5,000 people.
Yeah, and again, everybody kind of knows everybody, so I get it, but they started selling merchandise.
Oh, merch.
Like fucking a lot. Like they had coffee mugs and
so there's a screen printing business in Globe.
But it was But it was not just that. There was somebody custom built a skateboard and custom painted it to say "Globe Miami Strong."
Yeah. There's I'm showing some of the text that you sent me. There's like a coffee tumbler,
commuter mugs.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they had some if you wanted your drinks hot. They had some if you like your drinks cold. T-shirts of all varieties.
For the listener, Globe Miami are like sister city, twin cities.
Yeah.
Like Minneapolis, St. Paul of 3,000 people each.
Memorial tattoos.
Oh yes, that was the other one
Okay.
that was crazy. Memorial tattoos. They were advertising. If somebody had a business, they were somehow tying it.
Did you mention dog treats?
They made. I'm not going to read those.
You're not going to say that?
I'm not going to read those things I sent to you guys. That's why I sent them to you. They're horrible.
We're not shitting on the tragedy.
No,
It was just the response of people.
making money, like back with the never forget 9/11 ribbons, where you go, someone's just cashing in on a tragedy.
Well, and they all said like 50% of the proceeds go to this. Oh yeah, but you're selling one to everybody in town. You're making more money than you've ever made at your business.
Usually, you'd only get 20%. Now you're getting 50.
Somebody who makes homemade dog treats made Globe Miami Strong dog treats
that's awesome.
and was selling them.
But Chad, knowing that he should not do this, a point of restraint of being a diplomat, I should not do this on social media because I still know a lot of people.
Well, and like Chaille said, people will think I'm shitting on what happened and not the way people responded to it.
and people you know.
And instead of going on social media, he just did a group text to Stanhope and I, and blasted us with all of this shit that was coming out of his head. Like, I can't put this out. I got to put it out to someone. I can't put it on Twitter. I don't know what to do. So it's going to you guys. It's going to you
He
guys.
did apologize. Sorry, I can't put this on social media, but someone has to hear this.
At one point, Stanhope texted me back. He goes, "You're 2 drinks away from tweeting that shit," which was why I was sending it to you guys because I wanted to put that shit because I was.
No, that's the thing. When you get something horrible in your head, until you tell someone else, it just festers like a boil. So that was it. That was good, Chad. There's a pressure relief,
and that's a good setup for the next. We're gonna take a break, and then because we still don't know what happened on this flight.
I'm
where
in the dark.
Chad-
I'm in the dark.
Yeah. He's gonna have to tell someone.
God damn it.
Yeah, I made it worse. I'm sorry about that.
We could have gone either way because we could talk about the Bibles in our merch store.
Oh, there you go. That's a good plug.
No, it's coming up on the break.
subtle.
All right. Well,
I didn't know where you were going with it.
Let's take the break. We haven't done 20 minutes.
We've
but
got
let's-
enough.
Let's take the break.
Everyone needs a drink.
Yeah. Get a drink, and we're
Still exhausted.
We'll be back. Cocktails. Oh, and speaking of cocktails, I did bring a very substantial bar for this room.
How much, Doug? How much did your bag weigh? Your checked bag?
My checked bag weighed 27 pounds.
Okay. What was in that 27-pound bag?
You can look there. 4 small pairs of socks, 2 pairs of underwear, and some pajamas. And
That's
then-
1 pound.
Yeah,
the rest is booze.
there was less than a pound of clothing in that thing.
I repacked and packed all this booze I bought. I'm like, well, what do you drink? And you go, well, I drink vodka, but I've been doing a lot of tequila. And Jobi's like, yeah, I've been drinking tequila with Chad, and I know what we drink. And I'm like, fuck it. I just went to Big Joe's out there on Highway 92, and I just stocked up on everything. I got Kahlua, I got Bailey's, I got Godiva white chocolate for coffee.
Oh, morning
in the
coffee.
Yeah.
That's a good-looking bar.
So when I say when I break with cocktails, the plural is capitalized. Cocktails.
Cocktails.
I love Harry's. It changed everything.
Were we rolling?
Yeah.
Tracy, thinking she was off mic, started this commercial by going, I love Harry's. They shave everything. And she was obviously talking about her mustache. And I've never seen her mustache.
And that means she was talking about her mustache.
She might have been talking about Chaille.
It's funny because the read starts with the way I have it. Why Harry's is the perfect gift for guys. And she's already talking about shaving with your razor, Chaille.
No, I got her a set.
Oh,
She has
she's
her
got
own.
her own?
They have different colored handles, so I know which handle is hers, which is mine, and it doesn't really matter. The handle doesn't really do anything, but
I have to be honest.
It helps to shave. But
I have to be honest. I trim.
that's why you're gonna love these, because they've got you flip it over 180 degrees, and there's one thin blade that gets right under your nose.
That was always the problem with all the fucking. It's a 5-blade razor. Well, 5 blades doesn't. That gives you a little tiny like Hitler Chaplin stash right under your nose.
Or you gouge into that
Yeah,
that soft flesh up there. Yeah.
Yeah, you try your best
Yeah.
to reach, but 5 blades don't get that. Yeah, this has a flip over single blade on the back. You go, okay, I get it now.
Hey, right now is a great time to get Harry's because they've got a gift set that they're featuring, the Winter Winston gift set. That comes with a weighted razor handle, 3 German-engineered blade cartridges with a flex hinge and lubricating strip, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover to protect the blades.
He'll actually use it, meaning she and he. I don't know why they have to be gender derivative. And save money. Everyone loves to save money. Whether it's your face, your ass, or your clam, everyone loves to save money. In the long run, the blade refills as low as $2 a blade. Custom engraving option to make it feel special.
Yeah, why not, right?
Sure. So you'd know, oh, she used that on her dirty, shameful places. I'm glad she has her name on it so we don't mix them up. Gift sets at every price point starting at $15. So like we've said on other things, yeah, for your Christmas company gift party, $20 or under, give them some Harry's.
There you go.
Your really hairy girlfriend. Send her it as a gift and a subtle hint.
$5 off any shave set. Free shipping, new and existing customers. So you don't have to just be a new customer to take advantage of that
I
deal.
fucking hate that. When if you're a new AT&T customer or something, you'll get this. Like, I'm a long-term customer. I should get.
Where's my deal?
Yeah, why? Oh, if you don't like us, you get better fucking deals. Not with Harry's. Harry's fucking loves you equally. Quality and satisfaction guaranteed. If they don't love it, returns are quick. See how I made this a
That's
fucking...
very good.
Yeah, they said he. It's not, Harry's not about he.
Nope.
Harry cares about the she, and she cares about her man.
You almost
which
had
is
me
a
there.
he.
Yeah.
Okay, so go to harrys.com/Stanhope, use promo code Stanhope, and then you get how much off?
It's $5 off each gift set.
That's crazy! Or I'm drunk.
Hey, December 12th is a cutoff for free shipping, so get that order in now for Harry's.
Thank you, Chaille. This is a new sponsor that sent me product weeks ago. I don't promote anything that I don't like, or at least one of you guys on the podcast use religiously. This one I almost started promoting before they even sent ad copy or agreed to it. They sent me Butcher Box, which is meat delivered to your door. Butcher Box delivers healthy 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef, free-range organic chicken, and heritage breed pork. The incredible quality of Butcher Box meat starts with the commitment to raising animals humanely and free of antibiotics and hormones. Each box contains at least 9 to 11 pounds of meat, which is enough for 24 individual-sized meals. You can choose from 5 different box types: all beef, beef and chicken, beef and pork, mixed box, custom box, choose your own cuts. That's what they told me to say. They sent me this shit. Well,
They sent you the box.
Fuck, they sent me the box. Don't you dare cut that out. They have to know who. I have never been more excited because I started making this meat, and it's when most of you Nancys started going vegan or vegetarian. So now it was so good. I was delivering it to our friends. Just Jen, she can't take the stairs anymore. I'm bringing her burgers down. I'm bringing pork over to Gump. The meat is so good, and it wasn't until then I knew that there's a difference with the quality of meat, because I just buy this shit from my local supermarket, which I've complained about several times, and I don't mention the name because they're my friends. I was making burgers for the first time in my life, Chad. I was eating burgers from Butcher Box with no condiments.
What?
I'll explain to you how to make the perfect burger, but I'll save that because
that's a bombshell.
With no condiments. I mean, no liquid condiments. It was so incredible. I ate burgers for 3 days in a row till I was out of burger. I started with burgers. Steak tips is all I have left. And I called Bingo from Vegas saying, take the steak tips out of the freezer and put them in the fridge. Everything that they gave me was absolutely incredible. And I'm never going to eat shitty discount. I'll get discount meat from the supermarket for football stooges, but I'm only eating this.
I'm sold because I know that you will eat food only for the condiments. So for you to say that you ate a burger with no condiments is a huge statement.
All right,
so I'm sold.
I'm gonna belabor this ad because I like them so much. And I know we're tired and in a hurry to go to bed, but this is how you make the burger. It's chopped up green onions and peppers, chopped fine, mixed in with the ground beef, and then oh, sorry, Bingo's getting a call.
They're ordering Butcher Box right now.
Butcher Box burgers. You put it with...
Send me the link, Bingo.
I put taco seasoning in it. The powdered, and then I mix it up with Worcestershire sauce. That's kind of a condiment, but this is before you cook it. I do this anyway, but the quality of this beef, usually I put A1 sauce or mayonnaise or something. No, this was so good. Thin cut cheddar cheese on the top, and then put a layer of green chilies, Hatch green chilies, and if you put ketchup on that burger, I'll punch you in the face. And when I say I'll punch you in the face, I mean I'll have Chad Shank punch you in the face. It was honestly, it's incredible. There was an old service like this.
Are you talking about those guys with the freezer in the back of their Toyota Tundra? Because I know those guys too.
I remember when Russ Dunn fell for the knock at your door, and we have Kansas City strips. I go, I don't think that's I know New York strip, but you're selling Kansas City strips, and Russ Dunn, God rest his soul, he's dead now, probably from the aneurysm, but might have been caused by Kansas City door-to-door strips. But he bought a whole ton, and he's bragging about honestly, Butcher Box is so fucking good.
I think what you're trying to say, Doug, is Butcher Box carefully curates the finest selections and makes it a breeze to customize your own delivery. Build your own box to get exactly what you and your family love. And remember, this meat is frozen at the peak of freshness in individual, vacuum-packed, biodegradable packaging. And
nobody gives a fuck. Talk to our listeners. I made Cuban sandwiches with the pork. I forget what I did with the chicken. We did something great with the chicken, and I think that was Thanksgiving weekend or something.
What'd you get? Chicken breast? Is that what they sent?
Yeah, they sent me the full package.
Yeah, you got a variety pack.
It says here, think of Butcher Box as your neighborhood butcher, which is exactly what we don't have. That's why I have to buy that fucking shit meat from our chain grocery store. I always think it's all the same. And 50% off, it's all the same except it's a little more brown. No, it makes a big fucking difference. And we don't have a local butcher, and you shouldn't have to go there. First of all, your local butcher, you know your housekeeper's fucking him if you ever watched the Brady Bunch.
Go to the call.
Free shipping anywhere in 48 states. So, yeah, they're not completely all-American, but they're 48 out of 50 all-American.
Yeah, the meat is packed in dry ice, and it's delivered right to your door.
Which you can huff. And it doesn't really give you a high like I...
You can't huff it.
Okay, I shouldn't
clean
have
your windows, streak-free windows.
Yeah, I shouldn't have mixed it with bleach when I did the floors. I did get dizzy then.
Hey, do the call to action, Doug.
For free bacon? Wait.
Free bacon?
Oh, shit, they did send me bacon. I forgot about the bacon. All right, so for free bacon...
Free bacon?
And $20 off your first box, go to butcherbox.com/Stanhope and enter Stanhope. That's free bacon.
Free bacon?
And $20 off your first box, butcherbox.com/Stanhope. Enter promo code Stanhope and tell me if I'm not fucking lying. That shit's good. They don't have a catchphrase, so I'm giving it to them. That shit's good.
Shay's gonna cut that off.
I know, he's a fucking dick. All right, we're back, and while you're away, Chad was filling us in with more of
the
Globe
Miami
of Globe
strong.
Miami. Jobi hasn't slept in 2 days because, yet again, I'm not going to get into it, but another tragedy where you had to stay up for fucking 2 days with a friend with fucking cancer.
Through the surgery. And
just stayed up all night. And
so I haven't slept in a while.
It just keeps falling down on you. Don't gamble at the same table as me.
No, it was great.
Why not?
He's due. He's due.
It was great. We were planning something like, oh, listen, the day before I can't drive up with you guys to the airport because I've got this thing at the hospital. A friend of mine has cancer. I'm going to be there, surgery and through the whole night, and I'll meet you at the airport later on. And he said, oh, so just typical Jobi stuff.
So we all meet up at the airport, fortuitously all at the same time.
We
all
30
took
seconds?
separate cars.
We were all curbside at the same time. That was really fucking weird.
It was very strange.
And you guys are all at the thing. I go, no, come with me. And I'm sorry. I love having status when I'm with friends. Because I go, no, come with me to the first class line. And then we all got TSA pre-check because we're all in the same itinerary. I have the global entry and the
my bag.
The handle on Jobi's bag wouldn't fucking close.
Wouldn't retract.
So Jobi went all Chad Shank on his own.
Chad
just ripped it off.
Chad Shank watched Jobi go Chad Shank. That was really very meta.
Pretty fun. It was a good sight to see the Delta guys like, I've never seen that before.
Michael.
He just wrenched it.
I know. I love that all those people know me. Michael's like, I've never seen that before.
Here, you throw it away.
Chad Shank watched Jobi go apoplectic the same way I like when I like Gump. I watch Gump as my kid. Oh, Gump did the right thing. Chad's watching Jobi smash it.
And
good work. This is when Chad was in a good mood.
And it changed.
And here we go.
Well, I do have to say that when you guys went out to smoke one last time before we went through TSA, I look at Chad and I go, it might seem like this is normal, but like us just walking up and then getting passed through and all these like things is because we're with you. And it makes you think about the time when like you were running late and you go, could I just please? And it's like, sir, that's not the way we do things here. And yet with us, we've got a green light to fucking do whatever. And it just kept going. That was the theme of our entire trip to right here, right now.
Absolutely.
And that was a conversation Chad and I had. And then it just kept blossoming from then on.
We had beautiful cocktails at the Tucson airport is the best.
It's wonderful.
When we got through, like, in like 90 seconds, we got through security.
Oh, yeah, there was no line when we went through. We didn't have to wait in any line.
Pre-check,
right.
And they're like, take off your shoes.
No,
light
take off your belt. No,
No.
nothing.
Chad had to take off his hat.
I had to take off my hat, which I never thought my receding hairline would be my identifying factor. Look, oh yeah, that's you.
The TSA guy goes, because we're in pre-check, so we go through, and because we're not animals, and he looks at it. He looks at the picture, and he looks at Chad. He goes, "Remove your hat." Chad takes off the hat, And then he looks at my picture. I go, look, I'm not taking off 10 pounds. Damn it.
But he was already unamused with us because whenever we walked up, I don't know any sort of airport protocol, so I just walked up with Chaille when we walk up, and I think I was supposed to wait behind.
No, he said,
and he's like, are you two together? And we're like, yeah.
Not in the eyes of God.
And that's
exactly what he said.
I waited a couple beats and I go, well, wait, not like in the biblical sense, but we're here together.
Nothing.
Nothing. He didn't even look up from what he was doing.
That's I'll give Becker credit. He's the first. Are you two together, like at a restaurant? And Becker would say, not in the eyes of God. And I've used that ever since. So we get in and we have nice cocktails at the Tucson Airport bar.
Remodeled.
Yep. And boarded the flight. They upgraded us to economy comfort, not first class. Economy comfort.
I don't know
which
what the
means
difference is, but
it's 3 inches of legroom. And then Shank sat down next to you, Jobi, and went, fuck, I'm not built for airplanes.
yeah, but we're both, big guys, so we should have swapped immediately.
Yeah, tall and lanky and gangly.
All I know is the next flight, because we had to fly from Tucson to LAX, and then I go, the next flight, you're not going to have that 3 inches of legroom.
So it's not going to matter.
Which will come into play later in this story.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on a second. Wait. I'm getting a fucking weird sound.
Hello.
Oh, it's this. Oh, what are you... Yeah, you're stressing the cable. Jesus Christ.
Cable stressor.
Hey, look, it's all fixed. Go ahead. Do you need a drink?
There was no, I'll get it. I'll get it. All right. I don't think there was any issues.
No, on the
flight.
first leg, Shank and I were making a lot of jokes about the female pilot, and we were just busting balls constantly about a bunch of different stuff, and just having fun and laughing and giggling and talking a lot. And the lady behind us, you remember her?
Yeah.
She said, like as we landed, everyone's kind of standing up and getting ready to file out. She says, where are you guys performing? What?
By the way, the female pilot thing is something. On Delta, when you have a real flight, we took these kind of mini flights, 2 seats and 2 seats, no middle seats, little jumper flights. But when you're on a real flight, they have the in-flight safety announcement they will do on a screen, not live.
Right.
And they'll have always a female pilot. And I always wanted to do either a prank call or a letter to Delta saying, I see how you try to make, because they always try to make them a little bit funny. And I see why you try to make it lighthearted by putting a female pilot in the video. But my kids were on this flight and they were terrified, and I had to assure them that could never happen. I just think that is a hilarious thing to do, but I wouldn't do it because I'm a Delta fan. And they treat us well.
Hey, Doug, do you remember that inane conversation that happened from wheels up to wheels down behind us on that first flight? Doug has this thing where when he hears something, either front row or 2 rows out, he will make comments loud enough that maybe they didn't hear it, but they probably did. And he's talking.
Business guys behind us. You were on C and D.
The husband of the gal that talked to them at the end of the flight.
They thought we were dancers or whatever. I don't know.
Talking the most inane shit, just cliched. Well, in L.A., when there's an 1/8 of an inch of rain, everyone acts like it's... And they go, you're so right. Well, yes, everyone says that. They're talking about drivers and different... it was just...
I heard the one guy tell 3 different people that he'd been away from his daughters for 3 weeks.
Oh, I heard that.
And they were 14 and 15 years old. I know all of that because I heard him tell 3 motherfuckers.
And the wife is like, oh, I understand. It's a long time to be away from... And I was I'm beside Chaille.
With earplugs in. I got the silicone. I'm sealing my ears from a noise, and I can hear him above everything commenting.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have had them if you couldn't be around them the whole
Shit.
time.
I had noise-canceling headphones on. I missed all of
The
that.
three of you had fucking gadgets. You're all watching. You had a laptop.
my laptop,
you
and
had
watching
a phone.
movies.
I'm listening to a podcast.
A flat top. I don't even know what you call those things.
Tablet.
Tablet.
No,
I had a book that I didn't understand.
that was on page 4 with a bookmark and upside down by the time we took off. So yeah,
I finished at page
fucking
10 because
yeah.
I'm listening to these cocksuckers,
inane.
and I put in earplugs, like the rubber earplugs, and I leaned in between the seats where they could see me after I'm mocking their conversation, where like it's a screaming baby.
This is so hard.
And I put the earplug in my ear going, there's nothing worse than these dumb conversations. I'm yelling this and they're not listening.
So loud. This happens all the time. I just have to pretend like when you're with Bingo and she's doing something, you pretend that you're not with her, although you're both dressed the same. There's no disguising it. But it is one of those things where the ear. That's why I have headphones that are red, so you can see I have headphones in. He is so loud about this shit.
So as the flight lands, they ask you two on the other side of the aisle, Jobi and Chad, where are you performing? You must do something. And
Yeah, because we were talking about the airplane crashing and making jokes because we just wanted it to crash and die, and so I don't know what they thought we were, but
I don't
go on.
I was confused by that whole exchange
Absolutely.
at the end for sure. I didn't know what.
Well, I overheard that because we're on the tarmac at LAX, and I waited till we were getting up, and I said, hey, the choreographer just called. We have to learn these dance steps before 6:30. And someone chimed back, 6:30? We don't have time.
I got all indignant and stormed off the air.
6:30.
6:30. It's ridiculous.
We're marching down the fucking to leave, and I'm like, they keep changing the music on us. They can't expect us. They can't expect us to learn these things.
I assume they must think we're a band first or something else. The last thing they think when they look at us is dancers. So I just went with that. And we were all still having a good old time.
That was a fun flight.
Yeah, that was the first leg was great.
I had a phone charger underneath there with that upgrade.
So comfort class was at the negligible legroom. Who the fuck knows?
Right.
But there's a 110 outlet and USB chargers
Yep.
and free drinks.
Yep.
And that's the red lining piping on the headrest. It tells you you're in comfort class.
Yeah. They did upgrade us, Delta. We're going to get to Delta soon. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Did you?
But no, that was it. That was what comfort class means.
So at LAX, we have a 2.5 hour layover. But we have the Sky Club.
And when you asked me, I forgot to look up how long our layover is in LAX, and I said, it's 2.5 hours. And you looked at me and said, we can burn that up in the Sky Club real quick.
Well, I couldn't remember if I had like my diamond medallion status. I know I have at least one guest, and I think 2 I can bring in, and any extras are $29.
So the fourth,
$29 is 2 drinks airport.
In 2 hours,
yeah.
in 2 hours, Tracy can drink $40 worth of. No, in 1 hour, Tracy can drink $40 worth of wine. So I do the math.
Without tip.
Without tip. And I'm not saying she's a lush. It's so expensive, and you always get the extra, and it's geared that way. Yeah, absolutely. But it's one of those things where, like, do you want to be an animal and sit there with the masses at Johnny Rockets getting a fucking adult fucking beverage, or do you want to go upstairs, pay $35 maybe?
With the American
Whatever.
Express, I can get anyone in for $29.
I hate saying this because it is the biggest secret that there are other ways to do an airport. There are correct ways to do an airport, and that's one of them. Is a Sky Club or any kind of a way that you can get into something.
Let's get to Roxy.
Oh, Roxy.
Roxy,
we
love
get
Roxy.
To the Sky Club.
Oh my God.
Turns out I can get 2 of my 3 friends in.
Yeah.
There's 4 of us.
And there's 4 of us, and then she wasn't counting heads, and she goes, "Oh
No, I was back behind. She saw the 3 of you, and she said, "Oh, Mr. Stanhope, yes, you guys are all in." And then Goofy Chaille comes out with his goofy tie, and they're like, "Oh, this motherfucker's with these guys."
She goes, "Wait." I go, "Oh, I thought you meant all 4 of us could get in." I always wear my vintage Delta tie clip
Pin.
and
just lapel pin.
And she says, I go, "Oh, I thought you were just letting an extra one in because I'm representing." And she goes, "Okay, go ahead.
My guests.
My guests."
After she admired your pin.
Yeah, but she looked at it. She's like, "Oh my God, that was look at that thing. That's gorgeous."
Listen, Chaille and I dress for success when it comes to flying. We dress in very colorful, stupid outfits, suits that
We dress for the seats we want, not the ones we paid for.
when Bingo and I fly, we usually go through Atlanta, which is a very black, urban, and between my fucking ridiculous suits and Bingo's turquoise hair, black people stop us all the time and go, "Man, that's a good goddamn suit." Or, "How'd you do that hair? How'd you do how do you color that hair? I love your hair, baby." So, Roxy admired
Roxy.
my suit and then my pin and says, okay. I'll let y'all in, but here, tell my boss," and gave me a business card of her boss, and I go, "We're gonna take a picture."
It's on at that point.
We took we do this all the time. We took a picture, tweeted it to Delta. Delta immediately tweeted back, "Roxy knows you're a fucking superstar." And then I emailed her boss from the business card with a very white businessman sounding
Jesus
email.
Christ, Doug. You could just say businessman sounding.
Well, I had to explain it to her.
They already
When
know
I
your
read
diamond
it,
medallion.
well, saying too often you get customer service complaints, but not often enough.
It's beautifully written.
I did, and he emailed me back. Then I emailed him back, and then the Twitter was blowing up. And then someone else saw me talking to her and gave her one of those diamond medallion comment cards that you get at the beginning of the year. And she's like, "You're making me famous." It was fucking great.
I do want to say 2 things right now. One, 100% true. Roxy was very accommodating, and everything she did was from the heart. She's a good employee, all right?
Stellar.
And the other thing is she made that snap decision, like I said earlier, where someone can go, "I'm sorry, we don't do that here." Or she goes, "You're third person? My guest." Yeah. She made that. She looked at your pin and said, "No, this is, we're going to do this here."
So she's an executive. She doesn't know it.
In the
There's
email to her
always situations.
boss, I used the word effervescent.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
accommodating, and
She's great.
I hope to her boss, I hope that this compliment comes back, because she made what was otherwise a horrific day of travel. I just made up some bullshit about how our show in Vegas, I actually shit on all of you guys. I go on the 3rd email to the boss.
Your dancers.
I go,
Dancers.
This crew can't fucking dance out of a tin can, or these motherfuckers.
So this is all going swimmingly.
Oh, our flight was delayed an hour.
Flight's delayed an hour, so we even had more time.
3 hours in the Delta Sky Club.
I don't know if it comes from Tim Fields, the boss, that I was emailing back and forth about how thank you for appreciating good employees, and
so
you have
nice.
many of them, but it got back to them. I go into the bathroom.
Sky Club bathroom.
I gotta take a piss. And I'm taking a piss, and it's a small bathroom, but there's about 5 people in there. But one of them's in a toilet.
Like a stall? Stall.
Yeah, a stall. And then starts making horrifically loud sounds that no one can ignore. So, at that point, I'm at 7 or 8 drinks over the course of the day. I said, "Oh, it looks like the horn section is here for the band, really loud." And the guy pissing next to me titters, as no one laughs in a Sky Club. At best, you get
especially not in the shitter.
Yeah.
Well, the guy in the shitter says something to the.
Wait, the guy in the shitter heard you and then responded?
Oh, no, I yelled it loud.
Well, I know you did. Please, I know you did. You don't have to convince me of that, Mr. Stanhope.
He starts responding, and then he's saying something about, I get a backpack full of Bud Lights. And I go, if you have a backpack full of Bud Lights in the shitter, you're even more impressive. And then he comes back with more shit about something about, I have ecstasy if you want to join me. And
the trumpet guy is saying this?
Yeah, like
oh, wow.
in a goofy way. And I go, all right, George Michael, I'll be in there in a minute. And so now we're having this loud back and forth like Dave Attell and fucking, what's his name, the roast master?
Jeffrey Ross.
Jeff Ross, their new show.
Bump mics. Check it out.
In a Delta Sky Club of uptight fucking people who can't
with a closed store
leave.
doll between you. Yeah.
And so I leave, and I come back and I tell you guys at the table, I go, I gotta see who comes out of there, because that guy was fucking funny. And then I see him, I go, it's that guy in the green shirt. And he goes up to the buffet.
How did you know it was a guy in a green shirt?
Right.
When all you could see was maybe the cuff of his pants. I know.
Oh, he was the one guy that you didn't recognize.
Yeah,
I thought maybe you recognized his shoes.
But you could swing around.
He would have recognized my shoes.
You could swing around from the way you enter the Sky Club. Yeah. No, you nailed it. I just didn't know how you did it.
And then when he's at the buffet, I go, oh, fuck. I know that guy. So we all go over.
Up to get a drink. Why not?
And I'm like,
you weren't totally sure, but you were like, I think
that's why
we know that guy. I think we know that guy. Yeah.
I think that's a comic. And I walked up to him and I go, that was me in the bathroom. He's like, hey, Stanhope. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I do know this guy, but I couldn't remember his name or how I know him, but I know he's a comic. And then you guys are there, so I don't know. Was it you?
It was fucking immediate.
I asked one of you. I go, ask him his
Shank.
name.
No, I asked him what his name was.
I tried first, but he only gave me his first name, and it didn't help. So Chaille came in and saved the day.
They said Matt, and then I'm like, oh, these Joeys, they don't fucking know. I go, and your name? And I put my hand out.
Someone said, what's your last name?
That's what I said. What's your last? He goes, Matt. And I go, what's your last name? Because I knew that would work.
Broniger.
Yeah. And yeah, Mad TV. He was in Mad TV. He was a bunch of stuff.
I think I know him from Twitter.
That's what Chad said. He goes, "Oh, I know you.
I follow
you on Twitter.
Yeah,
I recognize you from your tweets and your shoes."
Jokes.
So
Your ass blasting.
we say, "Where are you going?" He says, "Vegas." I go, "So are we." Where are you staying? He goes, where are you playing? I said, I'm not playing. We're just doing some fucked up things here just for fun. And I said, where are you playing? And he says, oh, no, I'm with my mother-in-law. It's her 70th birthday. I go, oh, where is she? So I went over and introduced myself. And I go, make sure he tells you about the toilet story.
Which completely confused his wife, I think, who was sitting at the next table. Wait, what?
Is that why you brought a paper bag?
This story is so fucking good.
It's really good.
So after we do all that and like just the whole idea of a guy making the loudest shit sounds ever, and I had the balls in a Sky Club to make light of it.
Doug, just the reveal of you telling us the story and then us bellying up to the bar and you finally looking at his face.
I think I know him.
He never saw his face dead on until he was humped over the hummus and he figured out what was happening. And he goes, "Hey, dude." And he knew Doug immediately. Yeah. He goes, "Oh, hey."
So much better.
And then...
Okay, so at this point, because...
We're back at our table.
Yeah, because of Roxy.
Because our flight has been delayed an hour, and I had enough time to continue talking to Roxy's boss via email and tweeting, and the entire staff of the Sky Club, and estimate no more than 30 people are in the Sky Club. It's a small Sky Club.
Spread out. I'd say a little more than that.
I think if you counted everyone in there, it'd be about 45 to 50, because they have an overflow open that was on the other side of the staircase. So I mean, they definitely
in our wing.
It was in our wing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a small room.
Yeah.
So 3.
Wait. Where we're at, our table is over in kind of a side section, and where we had met Matt and you had introduced yourself, they're just around the corner from the buffet, out of sight from us,
and then overlooking the entire runway.
Yeah.
That was the preferred area.
We're kind of in the same large room, but we're in
we're off to the side,
corner from the buffet.
It's still a small room total, but where we're sitting is out of sight of Matt and his wife and
in-laws.
His mother-in-law, Jean.
So right after this happens... Oh, was that her name?
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Good work. I asked her twice, and I couldn't remember. Right after this happens, where I introduce myself to the family, and then we go back, retreat to our table... Roxy and 2 other employees come out with a tray of champagne and 4 glasses and a tray of cupcakes.
Dessert.
And desserts.
There was a whole presentation.
And, like chocolate-covered strawberries.
Yeah.
To thank us for promoting their decent customer service, over the top, good customer service.
There was a card with an envelope that said Doug on the outside. And immediately, Doug said, "Hold on."
He already knew.
I got to tell you, it was impressive how quick you fucking flipped that.
Yeah. It was within a second, like maybe a second.
He said, "Can you do me a favor?" He said. And Roxy had the tray. And then what'd you tell? Bridget and Roxy were the 2 leads on that.
I said, I'll explain this later, but I just ran into a friend randomly. I think I said I'm a comedian. He's a comedian, and he's here celebrating his mother-in-law's 70th birthday. We have to get our late flight. Can we make this... about her?
Can you please make this be her celebration? It was basically what he was saying. Mm-hmm. And these ladies melted. They fucking like,
yep.
Oh man,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So
their pupils dilated and everything.
Melted me too.
Oh,
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
It was beautiful to watch.
It was so fucking seamless. There was no hiccup in the whole fucking thing.
One of them immediately turned around and went over and got extra glasses.
Yeah, right.
So we could all have,
Yeah.
So and I'm like, no, our flight leaves in like 20 minutes. We got to leave. We couldn't even drink this anyway. And Doug's like, no. And they're like, here, you keep the card. And they're like, we got to get another card. They're trying to, what's her name? It's like, no, we don't know her name. Just say happy birthday.
So we all brought this tray from our secret corner location to their secret table. It's not secret. I'm just saying it's the way it's the landscape of the small Sky Club. And we went over and we all sang happy birthday.
You started it because no one was going to do it. And I'm like, I was trailing behind because I was going to take pictures. And I'm like hearing this like everyone's walking over there and it's dead silent. No one fucking talks in these things. There's no music or anything.
I said that about first class is the same as a Sky Club. No one ever talks to you.
As a benefit, he sold it to me. Isn't this great? Nobody's talking.
Yeah.
It's unlike,
And then
Coach.
and then Chad and I are like, all right, we'll go over there and I hear this. Happy birthday! Then he starts it, and then everyone starts going in on it. It was fucking great.
Sky Club went
No,
in on
it was great.
I
It was
didn't know
great.
her name. I had to.
You threw in mom a half a
Mom.
beat. You threw mom in
birthday,
half a
dear
beat before
Mom.
because no one knew who it was for.
But after the second happy birthday to you, I leaned into the dad-in-law and I went name quick, and he didn't get it quick enough, so I just went, oh.
You woke him up.
He was unimpressed with us for sure.
Oh, he was definitely unimpressed.
Fuck that frying pan I got is not gonna
He's
fucking
probably
rate next to this.
unimpressed with his son-in-law too. Oh, this is what comedians do, huh?
Wait, a guy you met in the shitter bought a champagne?
Yeah.
Explain this.
Well, dad-in-law, I was making queef sounds of a lady
You see,
who's just been fucking.
I have
fisted.
celiac disease, and what happens is the serendipity, the whole thing is the fact that my loud flatulence resulted in this free champagne.
And beautiful
Listen,
dessert
Carl.
tray.
Listen, Carl. If you're gonna eat the fucking cupcake, eat the cupcake. But don't fucking give me shit because now my comedy has got us right here to right now.
To be fair, as a guy who doesn't do shit for his wife on her birthday, you made him look like an asshole. Probably, he didn't do a fucking thing.
Or comedy has finally paid off for her. Finally, something substantial has paid off.
That was nice.
We're not done. We're not done.
Oh, this is
Not by a long shot.
Not done.
I think we might be done with this part. I never saw them on the plane.
No,
No,
we
I
don't
either,
need
but
to.
they were on the. They
They
planned.
probably had first class.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'll tell you what happened. We came back, and Chad and I are looking at each other, just shaking our heads, and going, "What the fuck?"
Oh, the pin.
Yep.
Hold on.
Yep.
I'm gonna
go,
cleave that.
go.
And then Bridget, I went over there because I know Roxy's name, but I'm like, I gotta get these other people. Bridget was awesome too because I felt she was a tier above
Yeah.
Roxy. And I go over there, and Jobi's chatting her up, and I'm like, I'm trying to look, but the name tag's so close to the tits that it's tough in this Me Too era. But I'm like, I'm trying to get your name to do something, but I want my eyes. I'm feeling weird, so I finally go, darling, what's your name? Thank you so much for doing this. She goes, Bridget. I go, thank you, Bridget. I wrote it in my little book, and we go back over there, and then Chad and I are standing next to each other, and Doug goes, I have to tell you how this happened to Bridget and Roxy. And he starts in...
Whose eyes are glistening with tears.
no, they're
from the beautiful moment that Stanhope
They're
just
glistening.
created.
She cries later.
No. At this point, they were just glistening. Which
So
Stanhope
Bridget
took
and Roxy
the
are standing
opportunity.
there. Everyone is like basking in this, like, this was such a special thing. That was so great for her. And like you, and Doug goes, I have to tell you how I ran into this guy. And I go, Chad, not on my fucking best day in my existence could I tell a shitty fart story to two black ladies and have them like at the very least get me kicked out of the Sky Club. At the most, it's like to some kind of charges, right? He's telling them, and as we're listening to Doug relay the story, they're going, "Oh, honey, I know.
I know.
They're like right in sync. They're lockstep with every step of the way. It's like, but you know what? That's how you. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're telling them about a guy fucking almost
Blowing
shitting
up
his
the
pants,
shitter.
blowing.
Yeah, and they've heard it on
And
news.
they're like,
yeah.
they're not fucking offended by it.
No.
They are like, you are the sweetest fucking cherubic
gosh.
muffin we've ever had in here.
Oh my god.
And then we got to leave. It's time to go. So what does Doug do?
Well, the Delta pin, the vintage
That started
Delta
the
pin
whole thing.
That started the whole thing. I go, I have to give this to Roxy.
Oh.
She just gave us the best story and loved the pin. And I got another one at home, I hope. But I can find another one on eBay. But she deserved. And I go round to the desk where she's working, and I go, I want to put this on you, but I'm afraid I'd stab you because I'm real clumsy, so will you put this on? And she went, oh, I'm going to cry. I go, I'm going to cry too.
I walked around the corner to where
weather, and I get misty.
Doug's got his half a hand into her lapel. And I walk around the corner, and I'm like, oh my God, they're fucking both crying. She's like wiping her eyes, but they're doing this like extended hug. Like, hey, hello, you're in public.
We got a board here.
But really,
she was so sweet, so sweet.
Over the top, where
She was great.
I remember when Hennigan first was coming to Bisbee, and I was talking about how sweet the Safeway people are.
Yeah.
He goes, well, they have to be because they work for corporate. I go, no, this is a small town where they see the same people every day, and they actually like you. It's not fucking L.A. where you live, where they have to say, it's a pleasure to be you. Hey, how can I help you? No, they actually know the people, and he understood after a while. And
but it was Chad and I also were talking about this. It's like how shitty the caliber of people that come through Delta on a regular basis, that you just being like nice.
Well, I know their names.
Listen, nothing you wrote in that tweet was incorrect. It was there was no hyperbole. It was completely honest what you said, and yet they gave us a bottle of champagne. You are a medallion, I get it, but at the same time, it's like they must run into so many shitty people. That must be fun for them. This is the thing that they'll talk about at the Christmas party. You know what I mean? It's
well,
like this
the
was
boss that I talked to.
We'll talk about it at our Christmas party.
Not the manager of the bar, but the guy that runs the LAX Sky Clubs is the one I was tweeting with, and I was, when I say I'm writing it like a white business person, I was like, he doesn't know that we're dressed like buffoons. He doesn't know who we are, but he did. He said, I saw your tweet, like, because I put my medallion number, my name, my medallion number, diamond medallion, and my Twitter, and he wrote back, I saw your tweet. We will make sure that Roxy gets the appreciation for this. And
but there's no, you're not flowering up anything that happened.
No.
She was so fucking nice when we walked in, and that snap decision with my guest, that was a corporate decision that she made as not a corporate person. She's working the front desk. That was one of those things that changes. It's a butterfly effect. It changed the whole fucking thing.
And this is where the worm turns, because when I wrote to Tim Fields, the boss, and exchanged emails, I said, you made a shitty day, which wasn't a shitty day, but
not yet.
Yeah, into a great thing. And then I made fun of you guys. I made you guys look like I said,
I travel with buffoons who don't deserve to be in here.
no, I go, when
You're really telling the truth.
People
You're a truth teller.
that don't know how to travel, and you're trying to, my point was that it wasn't, when I said it was a hellish day, it wasn't Delta that made it a hellish day.
Yeah.
It was me traveling with people who don't know how to. I shit on you guys. He doesn't know you or me, so you don't care.
It's
Then
reasonable.
the next flight. Let's take a break. I gotta piss. Please hold. Chaille, let's hump some merch. It's holiday season, and it's time for you to buy some Doug Stanhope shit for your friends and your relatives for the Christmas and the Hanukkah and the Kwanzaa and whatever you do. We have new podcast coffee mugs, which I haven't even seen.
They're new.
Oh, okay.
They're white.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I have my books at the DougStanhope.com store. Got Chad Shank t-shirts. We still have some of the VHS of my last throwaway special, Papa Vodka Presents.
Also, we've got the Abortion is Green, white, and in the banana cream.
I like the Banana Queen. Yeah. And we get a couple of podcast shirts, the Pop-Off Vodka shirt, Bingo's book, stickers, gadgets, knickknacks, and, of course, CDs and DVDs and all that shit. So go to DougStanhope.com and go to the store and load up for your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever the fuck that nonsense is. And I hope you're doing it for yourself and not someone else, because you have to. CW Hemp. CW Hemp. Am I just stealing from Bill Burr by making up jingles? CW Hemp. CBD oil. Chad, tell me about it.
CBD oil is fucking not like THC. If you smoke weed, it's anti-inflammatory. It can help you relieve stress, sleep. That's the main thing. If I was going to use CBD, I can get some like capsules with CBD oil in it. I think they probably have.
Yeah,
those.
they do.
Yeah. To help shut off stuff in place of like over the counter sleeps, you can use CBD oil capsules, that kind of stuff. It's good for.
It's funny you bring this up because this episode is brought to you by Charlotte's Web CBD oil, the world's most trusted hemp extract. So it's almost like this is kismet that this comes up organically.
They have a lot of varieties of extracts that I've never even heard of. Cream infused soothing balms, it says on here.
That's what Bingo uses.
That's crazy. It does
and it
say
helps you sing.
reducing.
Bingo uses it for her singing voice and her trach, and she swears by it.
Oh, I have heard of that because I helped Bingo get some. I just lied on an ad. I didn't mean to, but I thought I had never heard of it, but I did.
Hey, customers trust Charlotte's Web because they grow and hand tend more than 250,000 hemp plants in the U.S. Their hemp is responsibly farmed without any pesticides, herbicides, or fungicides.
Fungicide!
And the extract is filtered 5 times for quality and consistency.
Oh, you're very
Chaille's right. That's what it says.
Charlotte's Web is offering a unique discount to our listeners. Jump over to cwhemp.com and enter code Stanhope at checkout for 10% off your Charlotte's Web hemp extract purchase, which ships to all 50 states. They have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you have nothing to lose if you give it a shot. That's cwhemp.com and enter code Stanhope at checkout for 10% off your Charlotte's Web hemp extract purchase.
Some exclusions apply. See website for details. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
All right, we're back. And this is where the worm turns. We get on that delayed flight.
We're ecstatic.
Happy.
What just happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
We've been drinking heavily, but
3
had
hours in a
really
Sky
cool
Club.
Stuff happen.
Yeah, well, you had that whole story. Like, just for that whole... All that...
We're walking, going down this. We're 150 paces from our gate. That was a beauty. And then I turned to Doug and I go, we're podcasting right when we get to the room. He goes, yes, we are. So I thought, we're all
happy,
in agreement.
positive
podcasting. This is so good. What could go wrong?
Let's talk about Roxy and Bridget and I know when Colin the on-site manager came by, does anyone need drinks? I go, where's Jeff? He says, he's in Jordan. I know the fucking bartenders there, and they were not familiar bartenders. It's weird when you're a regular at a Sky Club in LAX just because you pass through there a lot. And for all that to happen fortuitously, I've said that twice, hate using a big word twice, we're in a good mood, and we get on the plane.
On the shortest leg of the trip.
Yeah.
Easy, all downhill now.
LAX to Vegas.
Four across in
But
coach.
it's been delayed and there's storms coming in.
And it seemed like we were riding on the runway for as long as it would drive. The drive from Bisbee, we're still taxiing. Anyway, there's a fucking screaming baby behind us.
We're like 4 or 5 rows back.
Back row.
They're back row, last
row.
Are you shitting me? I could have swore it was 2 rows behind me as loud as that shit was.
It was 3 because I looked. And I put in earplugs again. Didn't help. And then I was doing my loud announcements over all of your earbuds about, like, oh, really? Where does that baby have to be in Vegas? Why does a baby have to be in Vegas?
Strippers, dude. Strippers.
I have my earplugs in, so I don't think I'm being that loud, even though I know and hope I'm being that loud.
I heard you through my noise-canceling headphones on that time, so I held one off so I could listen.
And we're both on opposite window seats. No, you're...
No,
he's
aisles.
We're on opposite aisles.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That'll come into play.
So I'm doing that.
I went to take a piss just because not only did I have to piss, but I was so curious what was going on back there. And it was a kid in the back row with a very young mom, and this kid was definitely special needs. And it's like, what the fuck? And all she did was yell, "Stupid!" She just kept yelling.
I could tell by the sound. I could tell by the sound of the cries. She was also covering that kid's mouth.
Yeah. It was. I thought the same thing. No, it was muffled. It was totally muffled.
Yeah. After she would get frustrated
it's sad.
and yell,
It's sad because I heard the people behind me going like, "That kid's in distress." The jackasses talking about. Yeah. I could hear them, and they're like, "That kid's in pain." And then when I went back to take a leak and I came out, there's a little flap that the flight attendants can look out without having to look down the galleyway. There's a flap down, so I can like it's like a portrait with the eyes cut out. I'm there and I'm looking at this kid and he's got this like weird looking face and stuff, and I'm seeing him. He's like playing with the light, right? And he's standing up in his seat and being all cool, but he's like super like red faced and like just I'm like feeling so bad. It's like
I thought it was a baby. I assumed
no.
It was screaming before,
before we moved.
Yeah.
Well, it screamed the entire time. To be fair.
Yeah. But I mean, they used to do a bit about the fucking baby. That's why they scream is because they can't. When the pressure builds up in their head.
That's the only thing that you guys were all pissed off at the baby, and Stanhope saying it was funny shit, but I actually feel all right for kids because they don't know any better. They don't have...
No, I feel the same way.
The motherfucker in front of me who pushed his fucking button and leaned back on me, that's the motherfucker that I wanted to murder immediately.
Now we're going to go into the dark.
We're going into the next part.
This is where Chad went dark before we even landed.
No, it was on taxi.
What?
Before we took off.
Really?
Yeah, Chad went fucking dark quick.
Because of that fucker.
Well, Jobi had told me before.
Okay, I should just tell the story.
Now
Let me explain. I'm just yelling with earplugs in. I'm drunk now, and I'm yelling about the baby where I pretend no one can hear me because I have earplugs in, and it sounds muffled to me because I have earplugs in when I'm yelling about... Why would you fucking put a baby on a plane? Why does a baby need to be in Vegas? Babies don't need to be in Vegas. It wasn't until the end. I'll tell you at the end. So what happened on your side of the aisle with this, I'm going to say beaner?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle looking motherfucker with his hat fucking on with his ears tucked in.
Tucked in.
His fucking ass just for tucking his ears in his hat. I hate all of those guys.
Yeah.
If you have your ears tucked in your hat right now, I want to fucking kick your ass.
And if you've ever leaned your seat back in an airplane.
Wait. Let me rescind Beaner.
Yeah, you don't have to say that.
Raiders fan.
Yeah, Raiders fan is way better.
Okay. He's a Raiders fan.
So don't change the image you already had in your head one bit.
Just change the hat he's wearing.
I don't want fucking Trump fucking immigration people to think I'm being racist. I'm talking about Raiders fans that happen to be Mexican and wear hats with their ears
tucked in.
Baseball hats with their ears tucked in.
And after I looked at his eyes, he might have also been a little special needsy.
Well, that's what I thought when he was talking about the special needs kids. I thought he was talking about the guy. Yeah, like, no, he's sitting in front of us. He's
I'm
like,
talking
no,
about the crybaby in the back.
No, he's like, no, it was 4 rows back from us. I'm like, no, it was the guy in front of us. God,
I didn't even realize this was a problem until later because I was focused on trying to get maybe 30 minutes of sleep and that fucking crying baby. I didn't know, but Jobi, tell me how it starts.
No, so we're not even taxiing yet. Like we just sat down and I told Chad a story. Like, I was taking a flight to Kansas City and there was this fucking dumbass cunt of a kid, 19 years old, going into boot camp and did that shit. Like he's like, oh yeah, just recline his seat back. I'm like, listen, I'm 6'2". Could you not do that? He's like, no, I can do that. I'm going to boot camp and I'm going to be a Marine. And there's a button. I can do this the whole flight through. I'm like, just be a good guy. Just don't do this. He's like, no. So
we're going to have a disagreement. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, like, I hope you get your ass beat in boot camp, you little cunt. Because
Did you say that?
Yeah. Because guess what? Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
He'll learn that in boot camp.
Yeah. So I was telling the story to Chad. This fucking cunt leans his seat back. Anyone that leans their seat back and on a flight is a dick. But then we sit. We sit down, and then other people file in. And these two fuckers come in front of us, sit down in the aisle in front, and then what happens?
The fucker leaned his seat all the way back on me, so I just pushed my knees against the fucking back of it. And pushed up, and then he went to push the button to adjust it again, and when he did, I shoved that motherfucker all the way forward.
What?
Yeah. Oh, and I helped him too. I was like,
we went through it multiple times of him pushing. At one point, I wanted to buy internet on my phone so I could Google what happens if I get in a fucking fist fight on an airplane. I'm like, I need to know the consequences of this because this motherfucker's about to get beat on this fucking airplane.
And this was taxiing and taking off through the flight.
That was the longest taxi. I downloaded an entire episode of Frontier from when we when we started moving the plane until we finally took off.
It was forever. The whole flight seemed to take forever to me because I was fighting this dude with his seat. I'm putting my forearms on it, and my fist on the back of it.
And I'm helping him,
so
too.
Every time he would fucking push it back, as soon as he pushed that button
to
way back,
jamming
I'd
your
shove forward.
hand.
Yeah. And so every time Doug would say something like, oh, we'll hit the...
Yelling about the baby?
No. When we get to Vegas, we'll hit the smoking lounge in Vegas.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, well, they don't want to have dickheads there that recline their seats. And I'm just... I'm egging this motherfucker on.
I'm trying to be not aggressive at all because I don't have a middle ground. I can't go, hey, dude, I'm a big dude. Maybe can you not do that? I can't do that.
I'm being very
because I'll put him in a chokehold halfway through.
You're being you weren't being a diplomat.
No, I was being the dick about it.
On the way back, we're gonna. I don't know. Either I sit with Chad.
Yeah. We need to separate Chad and I because I was being the asshole about it. It's like, I'm just like egging him out. Like anything that came up, it's like, oh, well, they don't have reclining seats there that people can fuck us up, so we should be good.
He antagonized him to the point, I think, when you guys saw it, that's when he slammed his seat back into me. It's when you guys probably noticed.
I didn't see any of this. I didn't see any of this.
Here's how it went down when he finally flipped was... I just said out of nowhere, I'm like, hey, do you follow passenger shaming?
That's right.
This is where I chime in.
And I said,
wait. For the listener, if you don't follow passenger shaming on Twitter,
please do.
They call out people who are dicks that, like, bingo is everyone that they call out. She puts her feet
on everything
in the magazine rack. And then puts the
love passenger shaming
the tray table down and sleeps on it, and then jerks it so the person in front of her is being jerked back and forth. And But I've met her. She's come to shows.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
chick
yeah.
that runs passenger chain.
Yeah.
She's
Really?
great.
I love her. I like she's
She
fantastic.
used to be a flight
So-
attendant.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't see any of this. This whole time,
Oh, you didn't
I
even see when he
shoved,
slammed the
I
seat
shoved,
back?
I shoved
Oh, fuck.
my.
Well, that's what set him off because I said, hey, do you follow passenger shaming? And I just say yes or no. It doesn't matter what Chad's going to say. And they're like, oh yeah, then
I heard it through my earplugs.
I didn't hear
said,
a thing.
yeah,
And
it's-
I thought you were talking about the fucking baby
No.
in the back. And I said, did you just say passenger shaming? And then I see the guy in front of Chad, and he's
No,
said
but you
something and
missed
he-
what I said like immediately afterwards of that was, oh yeah, it's a great site. You snap pictures of assholes that do stupid shit on planes, like
Like try to
recline their
recline their
fucking
seat.
seats. When they're landing, and so I'm just egging this guy on, and he does that.
Yeah. Which
Then
you
he
saw
starts
it.
jerking his seat, and then I saw Chad's countenance fall sour.
Oh, it had been sour the entire fucking time. I'm trying to figure out
I
how
ruined everything.
I wanted to. I just pictured myself standing up and choking him out from the back right there. I wasn't. I thought maybe while I was hoping the plane would crash, I go,
Yeah.
if this plane starts to crash, I'm beating the fuck out of this guy all the way down.
Oh,
There's
my
no
God.
way because this motherfucker's not going without.
That
it.
would be
knock
my
his-
last action.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt bad because I egged
But
him
then
on.
when he slammed it back, that's when I was like, "What the fuck?" and had to shove it. And that's when I thought you guys knew because I yelled, "What the fuck?"
This is where I disagree with both of you tall guys, and we're gonna fucking sit.
Okay.
We're on the way back. We're gonna. Chaille and I are short guys. You're tall guys. When you book the seats, and I made sure we're all in the same row. We're all together, and they have an asterisk when you select seats for seats that don't recline, and you don't. I need seats that recline so I can maybe take a nap. And if some stupid, fat, tall motherfucker is behind me, it's your fault for.
I'll shove your seat forward.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
bu- you-
exactly.
You bought
Yeah.
the seat.
Yeah, I'm not
you
saying-
bought the seat that
I'm
they
not
gave
saying
you.
you're
saying.
wrong and I'm right.
saying-
I'm just
Yeah.
saying this is what happened.
Then sit,
exactly.
Then
Seats
sit behind the
recline
emergency
for
room.
a reason, because you want a reclining seat. Just because you got a fucked up seat.
Wait, there's no law that says you can't fart in someone's face, but it's not proper.
Actually, there are laws. Strippers are. It's illegal for flatulence from a stripper into a customer's
God
face.
damn it, Chaille, you fucked me up there.
Sorry.
Really? You
Sorry,
just
yes.
ruined
But on
it.
an
You
airplane-
ruined everything.
Yes,
I
and,
hate you. You're
yes,
ruining it.
and
There's a lot
yes,
of
and
things that you can do on an airplane that you shouldn't do.
yes.
Yeah.
Recline your seat is not one thing.
No,
On that-
okay,
on
here's
that-
the deal.
That was not even a real fucking airplane.
Okay,
He couldn't
no.
recline it. My knees were already against the seat when he reclined it.
Yes, here's the thing. The reclining seats only work if everyone reclines. If someone doesn't, it's
No, you should sit
recline
behind
your seat?
You should sit right
No, I'm not
behind
an
the.
asshole. There's people behind me.
Exactly.
I don't.
Then they
listen.
recline their seat.
No.
Everyone's happy.
We all have to get on the same page and talk about that then.
I do not recline
I'm
my
willing
seat.
to be a team player.
I understand that being on a plane, you're uncomfortable. I do not recline my seat because I don't want to get any amount of comfort. I want to be uncomfortable until I fucking get off that plane.
I just don't
you
wanna-
should only be behind the emergency exit rows because they cannot recline. So that's where you should sit.
I just don't
well,
want
they
to
don't
fuck
let me
anyone
sit
else.
wherever I want.
Well-
if they did that, I'd sit in
picked the
first
seat
class.
so we're all in the fucking same row.
Listen,
Which we
I like
I was
that.
fine with it. The fucking guy he wanted to fight and I wanted to fight and we were on an airplane, so we had to just push a chair back and forth in between us.
We're landing. And Doug, I've got my earplugs jammed so fucking.
Wait, before this. I'm sorry. There was a storm coming. When we were landing, there was
They told
a
us, yeah.
really, really good storm. We were lots of turbulence. The plane was just
great.
bucking and fucking whipping. It was fucking great. And that was the only time of the flight the fucking kid was not screaming.
Yeah, true.
And Stanhope yells out, "Oh, we're all gonna die. It's about time you start screaming now."
I said that. I
Yeah.
don't even remember.
No, you said. I think you
Or
said
it was some-
something to the effect of. Start crying now, baby, because we're going down.
That's what I was talking to the baby in the bag, not the guy in front. About this guy.
Yeah, no, that was
just saying.
That wasn't until you noticed something was up. Then you said something smart ass to that guy.
So when we landed in Vegas, I see this fucking look on Chad Shank's face.
We were landing, and there was something going on, and I kept like my headphones were so plugged, like the earbuds were so jammed into my head because of the kid. I didn't know any of this was going on, and then Doug starts saying like, "Hey, there's a thing here," and he's pointing over there, and I pull one out so I can hear what he's saying clearly, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And I shoved it right back in. I want nothing. I want to be so surprised as the guy you're going to throttle because I don't want to know what's going to happen because I know what's going to happen. Because I see Chad. He's got his hand in like this uncomfortable position. Like that's not a normal position for a hand. And to be up against, you're like pushing against the back of his seat. And I'm like, if this goes down, I want to be no, that guy had nothing to do with it. I'm the guy that had nothing to do with it.
But I told Chaille, like, when we're stopped, but not, everyone's standing up to unload.
We're back far enough that like you can see everyone deplaning.
Yeah,
but we're not getting up. We're not getting up yet.
You guys got up and made a barrier in between me and fucking guy.
I did. I said,
he goes,
Chaille, get up and move back. Let me get between that guy because that guy's in front of you. Let me just stand there.
Prematurely, because you don't get up that early. But then I started doing those like stretching, like I'm doing some isometrics. Like, nothing to see here. We're not trying to break up a fight.
This 40-minute flight, I need to stretch. So Chaille moves back, lets me stand between you and that guy.
I noticed.
And
I felt a lot like a pimp that didn't come to fruition. I was just trying to sell a fight.
Well, here, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Chad, medicinal marijuana is medicinal for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And you hadn't had your medicine
all
for
day,
a long time. But in Vegas, it's now recreation.
Jesus Christ, you were 5 hours... 5 hours dry.
I smoked it at like 9:30 in the morning.
Fries, yeah.
10
hours. Yeah, so that was a whole day. Oof. But again, I'm not. I know how to. I'm a fucking lunatic, but I know how to be a diplomat too, and it's a lot easier. I didn't fucking pay for this flight. I'm not on a thing by myself. I'm fucking here with you guys. I feel like I kind of represent you guys right. I don't want to fucking be that guy.
But I didn't help either. It was kind of my fault.
No, you didn't help at all, you dick.
Hey, Jobi, you did your job.
Wait.
You antagonistic motherfucker.
You gotta poke the bear. It's still the bear's fault for attacking.
Yeah. Jobi and I, now we desperately need a cigarette.
Yes.
So we get down to baggage claim. You're still...
Yeah. I just want to be home.
I still didn't know the severity of the situation at that point.
We saved it for the podcast for you.
Yeah.
So, our bags come up very quickly. Vegas is a fucking terrible... It's a nice airport, but it's terribly long
so far to walk to.
Walk through.
If your bags aren't there by the time you get there, they're not coming there.
They were there.
Especially damaged bags.
We smoked... Jobi and I smoked outside, and where's the taxi stand? I go, we're getting the first car, so we got a fucking limo. Not a limo, but
it was a limo service.
SUV.
Suburban at a limo service.
It was a Cadillac Escalade.
Yeah.
And
from Croatia.
So Jobi clued me into, we need to get to a dispensary.
As soon as possible.
And the guy brought us right to the dispensary next to the dive bar. For listeners who know, this is the bar that I started comedy in. We did my 25th anniversary at that bar. He just happened to go to a dispensary in the same strip mall as the dive bar. And so we went and got a beer to take the edge off of Chad Shank.
While he's in the dispensary.
Getting his weed to take the edge off of him. We get to the fucking Luxor. And we got here. and we're smoking in the room with a wet towel under the door, and Chaille just sprayed Axe body spray in the hallway in case any cigarette smoke.
The podcasts I love best are the podcasts you learn from.
And what? What?
Don't ask for an explanation. Dude.
Axe body spray. I do not agree with their formula, but I cannot. I cannot. I cannot.
What does that mean?
Listen, it works. It fucking works. People text me and email me that the fucking Axe body, that's the fucking smoke killer.
Well,
I would be surprised. I would be very surprised if we get charged.
I think it just smells so bad that people run away.
Chad got weed. We're drinking alcohol, and we just got here. So this is
and we got a big weekend. We got Frank Mir, Richard Hunter. We've got all that.
It's
stuff.
all over by the time this goes out.
By the time this goes out.
Hey, Chad, do some thank yous for the people that sent you money. Here's this
you
guy.
See those,
There's that guy.
Letters here. This is Chad Shank. Thanks for your Monday motivations and your fantastic contributions to the podcast. Here's $30 in weed money for you to not kill yourself the next couple of days. Espen from Norway.
Nice.
You just bought me a pre-roll at the most expensive dispensary in Las Vegas, and I thank you so much because you not only saved my life, but probably somebody else's.
Go down to the last two lines.
All right.
Jeremy.
Oh, God. Jeremy from Minneapolis. Thank you very much. I appreciate the cash, Jeremy. You guys are great.
Yep.
All right. Well, there's going to be more of these podcasts, obviously, because we just got here. And God damn it, that was a good day.
Hey,
so much fun.
Let's play some roulette.
Let's podcast at Tommy Rocker's during football.
Well, we'll talk about that. We'll see how
that'd
we
be
feel.
fun.
Listen, we have a full fucking 4 days here. We just landed, and it's a good.
Yeah. So it was
I'm going to bed.
No, you're going down to the floor with us.
Well, I'm going down to smoke one more time, and then I'm going to bed.
Yeah. I've been out for 2 days. Let's go to the floor, and then we'll...
All right. Hey, thanks for following along. The Vegas thing has just begun, and it's already
gross.
So that was, what's that? Hour 20.
That I am so happy.
Is that hour 20?
Dude, I'm
guessing.
No,
I'd like to guess.
I'm so happy just seeing you and Roxy hug has made my month. That was the sweetest
tears in your eyes.
That was the sweetest thing. It was natural.
Hey, you know what? If you the listeners retweet this podcast when it comes out at Delta.
Yes.
And
that's
hashtag Roxy.
Hashtag Roxy.
And hashtag Tim Fields. You'll never see that, but I wrote, she's like, you gotta write down, I'm not on Twitter. You gotta write down your Twitter. Yeah.
It's so nice when you can do something that takes no skin off your nose, and yet it's genuine. She was nice.
I'm getting emotional again.
I know.
All right.
You claimed you didn't cry, but motherfucker, you and Roxy mixed tears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your eyes are a little glassy.
It's football weather.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta go.
And football emotions.
Yep. Goodbye.
Well, I told you before, and I will tell you again, that when the Adderall hits, I'll be your old best friend. Doesn't matter if you whisper, mumble or shout, I don't wanna hear what you were talking about. Before the first drink, you're like a thorn in my paw, and once I get that lubricant, can't rub me wrong. I don't burn trees, I like the bears that are coming. Never knew exactly what I wanted to be, but I found that making laughter is the way to stay free. Don't expect me to be civil when I'm sober. You lose is nothing I can stand to hear. You make the pounding worse when I start thinking, and I don't even like you when I'm drinking. No, I don't even like you when I'm drinking. No, I don't even like you when I'm drinking. No, I don't even like you when I'm drinking.
Hey, if you want free bacon, I can't do that old Jewish dilemma joke from the 80s. What's a Jewish dilemma? Free pork. Back then it was funny. Now I get my whole podcast shut down and lose a sponsor. Now I know I want to apologize to my listening community. All right, I'll start over, Chaille.